We are back on MorningLine. Interesting tip, as we went to the break, and the lines are open, 737-7587 for Allison Fields. I asked her, wouldn't it have been kind of, I guess, interesting and ironic if this family had been leaving with an Australian Shepherd to take their dog back to the homeland?
And I said,
Australian Shepherds aren't from Australia.
And you said,
we're going to have to agree to disagree.
He totally didn't believe me. And guess what, peeps? Developed in the western United States. He didn't believe me.
I didn't know that. It's interesting they name it Australian, even though it's not from there. But we don't really know why.
Real quickly, the hunting kitty cat thingy, I just found it. It's Doc and Phoebe's Cat Company is the name of the company that sells it. See their little mice.
The mice that... Oh, wow, that's cool. Look, well, can't really show that to you on screen, but what is it called again? Doc
and Phoebe's Cat Company.
Okay, and they have some toys there for cats.
They come with like 5 little cats, and you put the food down in 5 little mice, and you put the food down in them, and as they bat them around, the food comes out. It's like those, we have them for dogs, the treat dispensing balls that they knock around and kind of puzzly. Same thing for cats.
They'd love that. They would love it. All right, let's go to Betty. Hello, Betty. Hi, Betty.
Hello.
Hey, how can we help you?
Yeah, I have a question. I rescued a cat outside. I moved in to my apartment in Nashville. And how long are they in the heat for?
Well, that's a great question, Betty. Cats are what we call induced ovulators, which means that they do not ovulate until they actually copulate. So they will stay in heat until they get pregnant. Fun. Oh. So I would strongly suggest that you find a way to get that cat spayed, or everybody's going to be hearing those noises and she's going to be driving you crazy until she finds a nice boyfriend.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a great question.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Wow. I'm learning some stuff this morning. I guess I didn't know that they stay in heat. They can stay in heat for weeks on end.
Weeks and weeks and weeks. They eventually will go out,
sure,
but it's not like
a short period.
No, it's not like dogs are in heat for 3 weeks, boom, done. No, cats can go for a while.
Okay, I guess that's why I mixed it up. I just assumed they were the same. Dogs, it does come to an end after a couple weeks.
And I think rabbits are the same way, which is one of the reasons that we have such an overpopulation and why when people say they breed like rabbits. Rabbits are very prolific. Cats are very prolific because they are more available to become pregnant for a longer period of time, which increases their chances of survival and proliferation of the species.
Thing. Wow. All right. So she has to get that cat in and get her fixed.
Yes.
Let's go to Jewel. Hi there, Jewel.
Top of the morning.
How are you, Jewel?
Good day, Miss Fields. Good to see you back. How you doing?
I'm great. What's going on with you?
Oh, I'm just listening and enjoying this brain feast I start my day with my coffee, and it's always good. I don't know if, I'm sure you are aware they've had more warnings out now about these rawhide dog bones and how they're killing and making a lot of the critters just deathly ill. And I don't know if you heard any more on that. Could you elaborate on where they might be coming from? I got a good idea.
All right.
I don't know if they have tracked it to a specific spot, and I think it's more than just rawhides. I think it's the bones. The FDA actually put out a bulletin, which is kind of odd because they usually don't do this for dog food / treats, but it's bone treats. Like you can actually go to the pet store and buy these, knuckle bones, they're called, which are kind of like the ends of femurs from cows, or the actual bones that are making dogs sick. And I don't know if they figured out if it's the bone part or bacteria on that, or if it's in the flavorings, because a lot of times you'll see the smoke flavored knuckle bone or barbecue flavored knuckle bone, and so I don't know if they figured out if it's in the actual flavoring that goes on it, or if it's the bone or what, but the recommendation is to stay away.
You're exactly right. I was just looking as you're saying that at the FDA warning that came out, and it just says warning against giving dogs bone treats. Okay, and so it's hard to, they say they've received more than 70 complaints since 2010. 15 dogs have died. Might not be a good idea to throw a dog a bone. Let's see. So these are purchased ones. The reports have mentioned treats described as ham bones, pork femur bones, rib bones, and as you just said, smoky knuckle bones. So
See, I read the bulletins.
you absolutely do. So maybe then just there are plenty of other treats.
Yeah,
correct?
and I mean, let's also kind of put this into perspective. Since 2010, there have been
Yes.
70 complaints.
Right.
And 15 dogs have died. I don't know that they can completely pin that down on that, or if they were foreign bodies or what. But and that's horrible that that happened. But how many people choke on a hot dog every year and die?
Right.
We
So
don't
it's
ban
not
hot
a
dogs.
huge number, yeah.
So it's. I mean, am I giving my dog bone treats? No. Has she ever gotten bone treats? No. She still won't. But I think that we also have to put things into perspective that, that is a very small number of bone treats that are sold in the United States and that are consumed by dogs. But just, be smart.
All right, let's go next to Charles. Hi, Charles. Hello there, Charles. Are you there, Charlie? Charlie on 3. We'll come back to him if he's there. Let's go to Brian. Hey, Brian.
Hey, morning.
Morning.
I don't know if you guys heard the story about the cat, and he lived right next door to this small little college, and he was a rescue cat like my buddy, and I guess he would go out, and it was just next door, and he would go onto the campus, and he'd wait at the library door, and if somebody would open the door, he'd run in. At first, they weren't opening the door for him, and then the kids started opening the door for him, and he wouldn't bother anybody. He'd run to a corner or go up in a rafter, and sometimes they wouldn't even notice something. He'd just seem so quiet and stuff. And if they go by the stacks, try to get him down, he'd go, but he wouldn't bother him. And the librarian even said she didn't even notice it until one day she looked up and there's this little cat across the thing. And I guess the point of the story is they put a sign up that said there was a frowning cat. They had hand drawn a little frowning cat, and they made it on the copier. And the sign said, "Please do not let the cat inside the library. We do not want the cat in the library. The cat's owner does not want to be in the library. The cat wants to be in the library." So it was kind of funny, and I guess it blew up and it was all over the place.
No, I actually saw something on that the other day.
He was just trying to get his learning on.
Or just get someplace warm.
Right.
Just there's no litter box in the library, so that might be a problem,
that could be a
right?
problem.
But cats, they're smart, and they're
They
gonna find a
are.
way in. And if you let them in, and people are friendly as they should be,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Poor little
Thank you,
kitty.
Brian. Let's go to Tom. Tom, good morning. Hi, Tom.
Hey, Nick, how's it going?
Good. What's on your mind, pal?
This question for you. Where do border collies come from?
Thanks, Tom. I'll enjoy.
Welcome.
I'll enjoy
And
this.
why are they called border?
Well, they come from down around the border.
What border are they talking about?
All right. Let's see. No. They're called border collies because these are collies that create borders that keep the sheep within the certain constraints. Am I close? No? Where are they from?
Who colonized Australia?
They were from Australia, border collies?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Well, do you know? All right.
I don't know. I'll have to look into that.
Well, I'm going to check that. Do you have an answer
let's
for why
check.
border or no? I mean, my guess, border collies herd things, and so they
I
create borders.
feel like they come from. I could be totally wrong. And the only reason I knew the Australian Shepherd thing was because when I was in Iceland, I met a woman from Australia, and we had this whole conversation. But I feel like they're from like Scotland or.
Yep. Rick just said Scottish sheepdog is what they were originally for.
Yeah, I thought they were Scotland, and maybe they were used to keep the borders of the farms, keep the sheep. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, border collie. Let's see. The Gaelic word meaning useful in her
Gaelic,
book.
Scottish.
She further argues that stories stating that the border collie was named after the sheep breeding the dogs worked cannot be confirmed. So yeah, we don't really know why they're called that.
But yeah,
they're smart
from-
dogs. That's for sure.
I thought they were from, because there's that really great, and this is the time of year for it, that video that goes around on Facebook every year of the sheep that have the Christmas lights on them, that the border collies go out and like herd the sheep into the different, they separate them by colors, because sheep, I mean the border collies are.
I've heard of that, yeah.
You'll have to
I'll
Google
check
it.
that
It's
out.
on YouTube, I'm sure.
Border collies are awesome.
but
I mean, they're so smart, but
have
they
you
work
ever
their
been
butts
to
off.
a border collie trial?
Yeah, well, I've seen at the Wilson County Fair, they have
Yes.
had some demonstrations, and they're amazing.
They have trials that go around the country, and they need large tracts of land,
Yes,
and they, will put these sheep out like 14 sheep, and 2 of them have red collars on. And the goal is to get the border collie to like take them through a certain path and then get them all but the 2 with the red collars in a pen. It's amazing. And these handlers will stand just with a whistle or just their voice and just with commands have these dogs get this done. They are amazing.
And that's why they don't make the greatest pets unless you're going to let them do this, because they love it. They
love
live
to work. They live to
work and do that. And if you have them and use them, they will be the greatest dogs on earth. But you got to use them, because I don't know where that energy goes otherwise.
They make great pets.
Yes.
But they have to have this job
That's
to go
what I meant to say.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
You know, because most of these farmers that utilize them, they live in the house with them. They're, they're family members, but they have a job.
They're ready to go out to work with them when they go.
This is not a dog for an apartment owner who doesn't do much.
No, because these dogs
you won't have an apartment.
No, they're incredible and full of energy. Listen, let's take a break. When we come back, Lisa and others who are on hold, stay there. We'll get to more of your phone calls right after this.